Next up, we have Dark Tides by Creo, featured in Geometry Dash, is my understanding. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what is happening here musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, there's a full spiel about members and the gaming channel and collabs and reaching 10,000 subscribers. That's at the end of the video, so stick around for that. Disclaimers showing on your screen right now, so go ahead and pause the video. So yeah, pause the video if you want to read them. Other than that, let's do this. Dark Tides, let's go. Okay, so thank you for the follow. Welcome to the mosh pit. Okay. Okay, so we had a bit of a fading in start where we were having like clearing in, and then we have the actual start. We have a piano and what sounds to be like a more chimey keyboard. At the same time, we have the piano giving us some block chords in the accompaniment being when you being the backing track, right? Like the backup band, that kind of thing. And then we have the other one giving us the motif. Motif being the smallest version of your musical idea, the seed, the essence from which everything else comes from. So the way these usually work, it might be a xylophone, I'm not entirely sure. So, usually when it comes to piano, and yes, I'm gonna address the elephant in the room now. This is the only week I'm gonna address this, by the way. So, yeah, here is my contact player. This is a synth, basically. I have a piano, samples playing. I have a keyboard here right under my monitor that plays it, and it's even animated. You can see the things. I've had this the whole time. This software has been installed in my computer for like 10 years. The keyboard has been right here, plugged into the computer since like day one. I legitimately forgot that I had them. We're like 450 plus LFAs in, and not until this week did I realize that I could actually just use that. I just needed to change one setting in this thing, and that was it. So yeah, I fully expect to be shamed and for you to roast me for that, because that's a level of forgetfulness that I... Yeah. Anyway, so when it comes to piano music, the cool thing about the keyboard is that there's a big range, as you can see, of keys. So the way keyboard and piano music usually works is that you're going to have two parts because you have two hands. You're going to have the left hand usually playing your chords, and then you're going to have the right hand playing the melody. Or, inversely, you're going to have the right hand playing the chords, and then you're going to have the left hand playing the bass. You know, having just... kind of thing. So yes, and right now we're having the first method, where we're having the chords being played on the left hand, and then the right hand has the motif with an added, what seems to be, could be potentially a xylophone, giving us a doubling. Doubling being when you have more than one instrument playing the same thing at the same time. Let's see where this goes. Let's see. Pizza Computer, that's on the Discord. I'll give the directions on how to do that after this. Alright, I heard some drums, so let me go back a couple of seconds. Ooh. Okay! We bring in the drums, it completely changes the feeling of the entire thing. I have to bring it up! Most importantly, we also have another synth that is playing like a violin kind of ceiling, just note, being held there in what is called a pedal note. Or a pedal tone. Yeah, that is what it's doing. But yes, it brings the drums in, and I have to mention it. It goes to show just how important your drums and how influential your drums can be and your accompaniment can be. If you want to hear an example of this being done to the extreme, listen to the intro of The Mirror by Dream Theater. I hadn't mentioned it in like 3 LFAs, so... So, in The Mirror, the first minute of the song is the guitar doing the same thing. John, 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 which is called an ostinato. An ostinato is when you repeat something over and over and over again. And then the drums, the bass, the synth, They change around the guitar, and there are points when it's genuinely difficult to tell that the guitar is still playing the exact same thing. Remind me after the video, because I don't want to play this during the video, but remind me, for those in the stream, remind me to play it for you after this so that you can get an idea, right? So yeah, we're having this, and it seems we're gonna get another change. Let's see. Yeah, we're having another synth giving us some build-up. Ooh. And off the ramp we go. Off the ramp being a colloquial term that I use. Colloquial. Colloquial, by that I mean there's no official academic definition for this, or at least I'm not using it for the sake of simplicity. And off the ramp is what I call a specific type of transition. It can be as short as a few beats. It can be as long as an entire section. And the purpose of it is to make your listener feel suspended up in the air at the mercy of inertia, waiting to see where you land, kind of like going off a ramp. How do you do that? Remove the drums, maybe the bass as well. And right now we are building up for the dropping off the beat. Let me go back a couple of seconds and let's see. And one drum fill and ooh. Okay, so now we do our first dropping off the beat, and we have now spliced the motif. We have a more developed version of the motif, but we are doing a partial side chain. So side chaining is when your drums hit, you have whatever is being side chained getting their volume turned down and then back up. But what Creo is doing over here is that he's chopping the elements. So let's say we are having our, let's make some squares, right? So we have the drum, the hits of the kick drum over here, and they're just playing, let's try and make these as even as possible, right? So we have these drums being played over here, and then we have the motif, right? So usually we would just have the motif playing, and during a sidechain, you would have this part just gone, right? But what Creo is doing is that we're bringing, let me bring the motif a little bit further back, or align it a little bit more, a little bit further back so it sounds, so you get a better idea, right? So instead of having the part just chopped off, what we're doing is that we're splicing this, and then we are having it play in between the drum, the hits of the kick drum. So we are still having the same thing playing, it's just now fully interrupted. I guess this is a type of side chaining, but it also gives us a sense of call and response. While Creo is using this bass line, that he's used this bass line in other pieces, really cool bass line, very useful for dropping the beat, we are having that as the call, and then we have the motif as the response. Call and response is back and forth in a musical conversation, and here you can see it visualized, right? Like we have the call from, in this case, the motif, response from the bass drum, call from the motif, response from the bass drum. Right now it's the other way around, I would say. I think if we move this a little bit over here like this, it would be the drum and bass giving you the call, then motif, response, call, response, back and forth. This is really cool, and of course we are having an extended version of the motif. Really nice. Let's see where this goes. Oh, the drums are... And something I also really like about Creo is his use of analog drums. So, the samples that are being used over here for these drums are very, very much from an analog drum kit. These are not digital. This is not meant to sound like a digital drum from a DJ, but it's meant to sound like a drum set from like a real life drum set. And these have massive difference in sound. So it's really cool. Let's see where it goes. Ooh, we bring in this like steel pan, giving us a little bit of arpeggiation. So, arpeggiation or arpeggios is when you play a chord one note at a time. Here we have, let's say, a chord of C major, and if you arpeggiate it, simple as. So, let's see where this goes. Oh, we include a vocal sample, nice. And the vocal sample, it serves a very good purpose, which is rhythmic displacement. Rhythmic displacement is, well, partially rhythmic displacement is what's been happening here with the side chaining. By just chopping the piece, we're moving it around in the rhythm, and we are now using the vocal sample as another way of further pushing down the samples that are being played, the motifs and everything. This is really good. So let's see. How are you only now at the first minute? Because I yap a lot. That's one of the disclaimers. I yap a lot. So let's see where this goes. Romasito, I appreciate it. Thank you. Let's see. Oh. No, you're talking about Creo. So yeah, no, we're bringing this over. Let's see. And we incorporate this like steel pan-esque sound to the rest of the motif, giving us a little bit of counterpoint to this. This is really cool. So counterpoint being when you have usually the study of melodies, how they develop, how they develop, how they interact with one another, usually in the context of more than one melody being played at the same time. The master, of course, of counterpoint and all this kind of stuff was Johann Sebastian Bach. Absolutely brilliant composer. If you ever want to hear like pure counterpoint in its most like original source, listen to Bach Inventions or Fugues. Inventions are usually 2-part piano, 2 to 3 part piano, and by 2 and 3 part it means that there's 2 or 3 melodies playing, and then fugues are anywhere between 3 and 6 parts. Most of Bach's compositions become fugues. One of my favorite fugues by him, I mean, it's not technically a full fugue, but the concept, the way that it's presented at the start, would be the opening of the Saint Matthew Passion. The opening for the Saint Matthew Passion, literally what Enter Heaven sounds like. What Entering Heaven sounds like. Like many people have like their track of, oh, so this is what might sound when you enter heaven. This is what, no. The opening of the Saint Matthew Passion. That's what Entering Heaven sounds like. I will kill on this hill. So, yes. And this is live cue, by the way. So yeah, no, this is, yeah, no, I will kill on this hill. Anyway, so yeah, we're now having counterpoint with the arpeggiated, like steel pan, can pan, steel drum. I'm gonna call it a steel drum for the sake of simplicity, and the motif are playing at the same time while having the rhythmic displacement of the drum and bass. This is really cool. Let's see where it goes. And off the ramp we go. Ooh. We bring in the new drums with the piano doing the bass line. We have another synth doing some light arpeggiation. And I think the bass is doing a version of the motif. Oh, this is nice. Ooh. And we bring a guitar solo in the back. Okay, so when you're making music, you have to keep a very careful balance between what is familiar and what is new. Too much familiarity, too much repetition, too much of the same thing, and you risk boring the listener, they tune out. Too much new material too quickly, you risk overwhelming the listener, they tune out. There's one universal exception to this. It applies to every genre, and that is solos. It doesn't matter what instrument, as long as you bring a solo and it sounds cool enough or it sounds fitting enough, you can get away with it. Electronic music has one additional exception, which is dropping the beat. Which is why subgenres such as dubstep, like you can hear stuff that is like, yeah, this is material that is completely unrelated. Who cares? It sounds cool. Which is something that they can get away with. So yeah, that's why so much of the electronic music, when you drop the beat, it can sound so different, but at the same time, you don't mind. It's one of those paradoxes of music. So yeah, let's see where this goes. So we bring back the bass from the drop, this time without the side chain. And we're having another synth giving us a new rhythm, like a counter rhythm to what is being played. You can hear it on like a... I'm not playing the exact chord because I don't have perfect pitch. But yeah, Chorus, welcome today. How you doing? So yeah, this is really good. Let's see where it goes. All right, we left the guitar out, and we're just having the bass line doing the thing off the ramp, and oh, we dropped the beat once again. And once again, Creo, he's just so good with silence, because that very small half moment of silence, it's so loud. It's insane. So, when you're making music, you're doing one of two things. You are building tension or you are resolving that tension. The point in between, we usually call a cadence. So, the way this works the same way with build up and dropping the beat, right? So, the way that we're doing this is rhythmic displacement when you have this kind of silence. So, what is happening here, is that we take this with the rhythmic displacement and we push it down. And with this quick moment of silence, you get an extra set of phantom buildup that makes your resolution be even more pronounced than before. And silence is extremely hard to use. Like, it's a very sharp double-edged sword, so it's very easy to mess it up. And I have not seen an artist use it as exquisitely as Creo does, at least not in this space. I do think that is something that Creo has absolutely mastered in terms of just how delicious the drops become, or his use of silence is. So yeah, let's see where it goes. Yeah, and we're having those moments of silence. We're doing something similar this time. I think we removed the... Let me see. We have the arpeggiation. We're implementing the silence. We're not having the side chaining, but we're still using silence. Oh, this is beautiful. We are recapitulating the first drop. So recapitulation. So we're doing a partial recapitulation of the first drop. However, we removed the main motif from the forefront, from the spotlight, and we are instead focusing on everything else around it. Now, the reason this is still being pretty good is, one, it's a dropping of the beat, so you're pretty free to use whatever, but the bass line is reminiscent enough of an inverted version of the motif, so you can get away with it. So inversion is when you flip something melodically upside down, right? Let's say we have this C major thing, and inversion would be the other way around. Simple as. So let's see where this goes. I really like the chords. The chords very much pan to the end of the ears. Very lovely. Giving us a partial arpeggiation. The chords, we're building tension. The chord progression is changing. Chord progression, by the way. Chord progression. Just what chords you're using them and what order you're using them in. For example, I can do this. That would be a chord progression in C major, C, F, D, G, C. That is a quick chord progression. Usually chord progressions are symbolized by Roman numerals. We're not going to get into that right now, because that's where harmony gets really complicated, right? So yeah, let's just see where it goes. Off the ramp. We bring back the piano. A recapitulation of the start with the xylophone chimes. The piano is more pronounced on the bass, though. It's a little bit lower on the bass now. How are you gonna end this? Yeah, the piano's a bit more complicated. And one last run. We let that phrase, that motif play out one more time. We have this like sound effect that clears everything up. And there you go. Man, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. I liked it. I liked it. That was like, it's Creo. His use of silence is so insanely good that because it's not that much silence that he uses, but whenever he does, it's just so well done. So well done. So there you have it. That was Dark Tides by Creo, featured in Geometry Dash, is my understanding. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician and composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here musically. So, if you're watching this on the YouTube video archive thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Once again, everybody, if we somehow hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube before Christmas of 2025, I will take a single fan fiction of the choice of the community, and I will fully produce, record, and voice act an audiobook for it. We also have a member who offered to give a Discord Nitro giveaway. If you have other ideas or you want to contribute, let me know. Just reach out. We'll make it happen as best we can. This has to be achieved through legitimate and honest means only. No account duping, no botting, no alting, no buying followers, no rat behaviors like that. Go share the videos, the streams with your friends, with your families, with your family's friends, with your friends' families. Those are two very distinct concepts, by the way. Use the hype function on YouTube. I don't know how it works, but we have a group on the Discord that does, so linked down below. Go check it out. And artists, Creo, if you ever want any of my musical talents, being the guitar or some Mongolian throat singing, you know, the good old kind of thing, or some voice acting, or some singing, or anything from me, just reach out, let me know. Same goes for any other artist on YouTube. If you want to collaborate, if you want me to do anything, if there's anything I can do for your music, just reach out, let me know. And if you're in the audience, you know anybody, just let them know. Please do not harass anyone, do not spam anyone about it. Just be cool about it, don't be a rat. Members get early access to the content. I schedule the videos for the week on Saturdays, usually. And if you're a paid member on YouTube, regardless of your tier, you get access to the videos when I schedule them, regardless of your tier. So become a member today. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3.5 seconds, I will be linking it in the description down below. If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, check the pinned comment on this video. It has the instructions on what to do. And if you want to catch the streams when they happen live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. If you're not in Europe, do not worry. We have the full up-to-date streaming schedule showing in your local time zone in both Discord and Twitch, both linked down below. So if you live in Nauru and you're like, yeah, but what time is 6 p.m. in Hungary? I don't live there. Don't worry. Just go to the Discord or the Twitch, and they both have the schedule showing in your local time zone. And follow the gaming channel. We have a gaming channel because, of course, I have a gaming channel. I'm a YouTuber. What else could I possibly have? Games are Basterd. That's where we put the gaming after show recordings when they happen. They get recorded live on stream on the main channel, and then the recordings go on the gaming channel. Link down below, or just search on YouTube. Same username as James R. Basterd. Just swap the J for a G, and you got it. And yeah, there you go. Good stuff, man. Dark Tides, Creo never disappoints. So really good stuff, man. Really, really good stuff. But yeah, let's move on.